Alright, today we have a 2019 rav4 hybrid push to start. So we're going to use the ALCA for 3 times the lock, and first thing you gotta do is program it. I'm using the web mobile link and we'll program it with my phone. So here we go. Good thing about the WebLink Mobile, as soon as you get done flashing it, it comes up with a link for the diagram or schematic. So that's super convenient in PDF format. And it is type 10. So now we have to do our wire prep. ID pin 9, you don't have to, it's personal preference. Alright, so since I'm doing dealership work, I depin them. You don't have to, especially if you're a newer installer or if it's a regular retail customer, because sometimes they like to come back and add features. So we start over here. We have your ground, your power, your parking lights. And then you have the green with red is for your SLP. Pink is ignition. Your orange is for the start-stop system. Orange and black needs to go to ground. You have your can low, can high, and it uses the internal relay to turn off the auto lights whenever your vehicle shuts down, so that your lights don't stay on. And now I tape everything up to make it look nice and neat. I tape the parking light and the Y with red, Y with black, which is the internal relay. I tape them up together because they go together up the steering column to the parking lights. Can high, can low go together. They go to the ECU under the dash. Solid orange wire, I tape it up separately. It goes to the start-stop system, which is above the gas pedal. I believe there's also another connection at the next to the ECU, but I don't want to try and connect it there because I don't know if it connects in the right spot on the circuit. So I just go where iDataLink tells me to go. Everything else I tape up together, because you can get your connections at the SLP connection for power, ground, ignition, SLP, all that. Trim your wires so they're all about the same length in each corresponding bundle. I strip a section back so that I can make my connection. The white with black, white with red needs a butt connector on each one because we have to break the auto lights connection or circuit. And then green is parking light. There you go. Nice, simple, clean prep job. Time to go to the car now. Alright, we're in the car now, so time to take the car apart. We're going to take the shroud off, and this section over here, and this bottom piece. The car is currently running. It's 95 out and about 95% humidity, so I'll be drenched in sweat by the time this is over with. The life of a mobile installer. They also started putting the screw on the bottom side like they used to have, and like Lexus does. If you need to take this kick panel out, it's generally a little easier to get all the screws and everything if you need to. A lot of times I leave this hanging because you don't need to undo any of it. You can get to everything usually. Start out by zip tying my parking light circuit up here. I also zip tie my module on this main harness that goes up to the steering column and then down to the center console. Just shove it as far back as you can so that it's out of the way of everything. I'll show you after I'm done here. Don't forget to trim all your zip ties. I use the box that it came in, which is that. I use that for my trash box so that the customer's car is not completely filthy after I'm done. And now we need to turn the car off because we're going to be unplugging things, and the annoying ding sound, you can prevent it from dinging for a little while by pressing the door trigger. So I will start by grabbing the start stop plug up here. I'm going to unplug it and then pull it down below so we can get to it easier. So it's down here, down low. Cut the tape off real quick. And it's pin 4, a blue wire, or light blue wire. We do the military splice, so you take a section of the wire out and then poke a hole in the middle, poke the orange wire through, wrap it around, and tape it, and then zip tie it for a little bit extra security so it don't fall off. Make sure that it is seated and clicked in. Now we can go over here and grab can high, can low. It's the middle plug all the way to the right of the ECU. Once again, you have to trim some tape off to get it down below. Can high is the brown wire in here, can low is the purple. And then you got can high and low here, which is brown and red and brown and yellow. Alright, so there's that. Now I come up here and do the parking lights. The annoying buzzer will go off the whole time this is unplugged because it thinks that the lights are on. So parking lights on this car should be pin 3. It's a green wire on this one. You have to be really careful with these wires because they're really tiny gauge wires. I think they're like 22 gauge or something. So if you're not careful, you can cut them in half. And now we need to cut the auto lights, which should be pin 5. So 3, 4, 5. It is yellow on this car. And you want to make sure you cut a distance away from the plug in case you accidentally break the wire or something, because then you won't be able to attach the wire. And these are small gauge, so I like to strip off enough wire to where you can fold it over once. And it doesn't matter white with black or white with red as far as direction, because all it's doing is breaking the connection momentarily to turn off the auto lights. And then zip tie these up here so that they're not all loose. Once you plug it in, beeping should stop. Now we're at the SLP connection. I generally do the ground first, which is almost always farthest pin to the right, and it's white with black. The ground and the black. Next wire is SLP. It's the center pin, and it's tan on this car. SLP is green red. Ignition is going to be this light green, light bluish wire. It's next to your power wire. I guess it'd be pin 2. The last connection is 12 volts constant. Once again, I like to tape things up so that they kind of look back the way that they were from the factory. Can't always do it perfect, but just do your best you can. Plug that back in. Now all you need to do is program the car to the ALCA, and I'll be back to show you how to do that. Alright, now we got to program the module to the car. So everything's hooked up. So basically you need to press the start button 2 times. And right now it's blinking green fast, so we have to turn it off. Wait for it to light up solid red, which it did. Now press it back on 2 times. And wait for the car. It turns solid green. Program is done, so turn the car back off. Now it's time to test the vehicle and make sure everything works. So I'll be back for that. Alright, you need to lock the car. Look in the dash up here. There is a half car with a lock on it, and it's lit up solid now, so that means that the factory alarm is arming itself. It has to get a baseline and everything. It takes about 30 seconds or so to actually arm itself, and once that starts flashing, I'll step about 10 feet away and press lock 3 times. Just 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, then wait for the vehicle to start. And okay, it is flashing now, so I'm going to step away and press lock 3 times. Okay, seems as though it has started, but you also need to make sure that the actual motor starts up. because it is a hybrid. The key is about 10 feet away from me. One good way to make the actual engine to start up is to turn the heat on, AC off, heat up. Which really sucks in the middle of the summer. It's 95 degrees. So you can put your hand on the car and you'll feel the engine start. There, it started. So I'm going to go get the key fob, open the door, and the vehicle will shut down. Okay, everything seems as though it's working properly. Now it's time to put the vehicle back together. Let me angle you down a little bit. You also need to double check, make sure that you don't have any wires that are going to wind up in the steering column or anything dangerous like that. There you go, 2019 RAV4 Hybrid. Comment, subscribe, ask questions, let me know and I'll make a video on it maybe. Thank you.